Congrats on your gold medal, Ghostly Red Panda 42.
Bah, 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 bah. Oh, there we go. Okay, hi. Oh, wonderful. How do I not realize this? I need to. You know what? There's a spare. There's a spare goddamn uh panel on my Stream Deck that I know that I can like put some kind of thing on it that shows my audio level. I'm just gonna put it there so I stop missing audio. This cannot happen every stream. Not every stream. I beg, not every stream. If I go into Stream Deck and then I go into OBS. Hi, Ghostly and MMV, because you didn't hear me say it earlier. Let's see. There's a thing. OBS. Audio mixer? No, that just shows it. It doesn't virtual gallery scene source control filter. Was there not? Wasn't there a thing that let me see like the audio levels like a little bit better? Hmm. Put in audio. No. Hmm. Audio. If I put in audio mixer and then put set, adjust, mute. Well, obviously it can't be mute. Uh, maybe what I need to start doing is just adding into the multi-action that I unmute. Maybe that's what I need to start doing. Or no, because that wasn't even what the problem was just then. It was because my mic wasn't set for some goddamn reason. Ugh. Anyway, uh, I haven't. So I realized my mistake when I was thinking, oh yeah, I do streams every Tuesday and Thursday, and then when Dossie invited me to, oh, hi Bopper, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for the pet. I feel like I haven't seen a lot in a while. Oh, thank you, Ghostly for getting first, and MB for getting second, and I appreciate y'all. But uh, I I didn't think through the fact that when I joined Dossie on her stream on Thursday, that wasn't actually me streaming. So I accidentally skipped. I probably could have streamed it, maybe, but I didn't not stream on purpose. I didn't stream because I forgot. So that's why. That's probably part of why it feels like it's been forever because it's been literally a week. Man, doing two those skipping a stream is more impactful than I thought it was. Or maybe I just usually do one more stream on the weekend or something. I don't know. It just feels like it's been so much longer of a gap than usual. You want to you could have pinged. I could have, but I forgot. I forgot I was a streamer, I think. Uh Dossie was doing her like birthday stream. Uh and unlike me did it very low key because if maybe some of y'all remember I invited about 20 people. But yeah, this is my first stream since then. It had if I did do a stream on Tuesday, and I'm pretty sure I did, then it's been a week. Dossie! Speak of the Dossie. Hi there. Thank you for getting third. The 24-hour stream of doom, exactly. It wasn't 24 hours. It was like 18. Just the entire day, really. Uh, so yeah, it's been so. What was I even doing last time? I don't have a game. I don't have more than one. I adore you, friend. I hope you have a lovely stream. Thank you, Dazzy. I hope you have a lovely stream as well, because I'm pretty sure that you are streaming today because it's Thursday. Yes, you are. I hope you have a lovely stream at the time. Hello, Sir Dominic. Dominic. Uh, I was just talking about how it feels like it's been a while. And it not only feels like it's been a while, you know what's probably part of it? Because it's been a while since I have with the voice acting classes and like uh on Thursdays I for a lot of the Thursdays recently I've just been submitting them into like just collab streams with Marshy recently. I haven't done a lot of Thursday streams on my own. Hi Dominic. Dominic is a mod, by the way. You're officially a super awesome voice actor now. Yeah, officially in a very unofficial sense. Because I took all those classes and I did learn a lot. However, much like a lot of the very long, expensive classes that I've taken, I have yet to really apply anything I've learned because I have not auditioned for anything. They wanted me to do one audition a day, or at least like 5 auditions a week. And after doing the class for months and months, I have auditioned 0 times. uh, had a lot going on, I guess, but every time I say that, it feels like an excuse. Like, really, if I wanted to, I could have at least phoned it in and did one, right? Uh, but nonetheless, I brought my mic to start auditioning to VA things. Uh-huh. Wait, you bought a mic or you brought my mic like you're about to start? But I would like to start auditioning. Let's set up a date. Oh, you mean like where me and you just audition for things together? That probably would be what gets me to do it. Uh, Not even peer pressure, just peer presence is usually what gets me to do things. Right for my dad's place. Oh, sweet. I've actually been wanting to get a better microphone. I think my microphone is pretty decent. And honestly, I dread the idea of having to set up a microphone arm again because I definitely don't have enough room for a stand. Hey, JJ. I definitely don't have enough room for a stand microphone. Like, my keyboard is right in front of me. What mic do I have? It's a HyperX Quadcast. Like I think it's like a good general purpose mic that is used for streaming a lot. But I for voice acting, it's not really a first choice as far as I've heard. We have the same one, really? Does he want to join? Awesome. It's like $100. I get maybe. I feel like it was cheaper than that, but I bought it a long time ago, maybe like 4 years ago or something. Uh, Whatever. But the main point is, if I'm gonna do voice acting, I'm not using this as an excuse, by the way. I'm just saying I think maybe if I'm gonna do voice acting more seriously, I have a mic that's better suited for it. Once you said the arm, you can change the mic while having the same arm. Well, I hope it works out that easily. It would be really nice because I don't want to have to set up the arm again. I mean, to begin with, honestly, I might need a new arm because this does get in the way a lot. Maybe I would do better with a longer one. Whatever. That's in the future. Uh, the point is, I do want to do voice acting more. I love doing new things, but I'm too scared to change. Uh, and also, this is actually something I said uh in my last class because a lot of the students were kind of just talking about stuff like shooting this shit. It wasn't really a lesson because it was past time. Everyone was just sort of talking about stuff. And I've mentioned how I hadn't really auditioned for anything. And I felt kind of guilty about it, especially because it felt a lot of people in that class were taking it a lot more seriously than I was. And we're actually getting a lot of parts and everything. And I might have been the only person in there that had not auditioned for anything. Hi there. How you make sure your acoustics are good? I could, you know, speaking of actually, I have a closet in in my room that's very a very small closet that I have not used since I moved in. Uh and I think it would actually be perfect for like a booth, like a voice acting booth. But I can't even really imagine what I'd have to get into to it can be overwhelming. Yeah, the screaming closet. That's what it would turn into. But I could line it with like soundboard stuff or like noise canceling stuff. I have maybe even with the stuff I have now, I've got a lot of uh, heavy like piano cloth that is good for blocking sound. Uh, I could probably even just like hang a lot of these up along the walls, and that would do it. But then I'm not even sure how I would go about recording in there because I sure as hell ain't moving my computer in there. You can just put a blanket over you to noise cancel. You don't have to do much more to record something. That is true, and it's something that I've considered. But then, if I'm doing lines under a cover with my mic, then how am I gonna read the lines like off my phone? And with the way the arm is set up, I would have to like put the cover over my entire desk. Otherwise, it would be like hanging up right next to my face, which wouldn't do. Maybe I could adjust the arm so it's coming from underneath instead of like reaching over. Hmm. Well, I guess it's something to think about. Point is, cover the screen and yourself. Oh, put it around the screen. I definitely can't put it around the screen. The Because I've got this. I tried doing it once, and it does not work. If I try to cover the screen, it goes over the whole wanna collab. I I Hi there, Kersey. I appreciate the offer, but no, I'm kind of doing my own thing right now. I probably actually pull it on and bring the monitor down. That is not out of the question. No. Uh, yeah, this turned out to be a lot more talking than I thought than playing games, but that's probably for the best. It does feel like it's been a while. Oh, I appreciate the follow though, Kersey. Mm, hmm. But yeah, I'll talk about anything else anyone wants to talk about. Because to be honest, my game idea for today is not that perfect. I don't have any games set up. There was a great period of time there where I had two games, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday, and even a third game on Saturday. Uh, it's not a bad game. No, it's not. But I haven't said what the problem is yet. The problem is. Thanks for the 12 bits, Rays. I appreciate it. Uh, the problem is I have apparently lost all of my save data. So for anyone who is watching me, I don't know how this happened. But for anyone who's watching me way back, like before I had my model and I was just a generic black cat, uh, and I played a lot of Inscription. Pretty sure I played the story mode, uh, but Inscription was almost the only thing I did really. That's where a lot of my first followers came from, was from playing Inscription. When people who were knowledgeable about the game were like coming in and going like, "Hey there, you're doing that wrong. I'm gonna follow you so I can continue to berate you." They weren't all like that actually. Uh, but I just thought that I would give. Were you playing Limbus Company when we go stream if you haven't finished the story? Uh, that's a pretty good idea, actually. Yeah, screw it. I'll switch. I don't want to do a game I already made that I lost all my save data for and start all over. I'd rather play a game that someone else lost all their save data for, but I'm fine. You might have to update the game and it might be a few gigabytes. Uh, well, I might have to do that if it weren't for the fact that I play this game every day. I when I not in the stream currently. I wanted to. Yeah, you thought. What you thought I just. You thought I didn't have a problem? That's so sweet of you. How far along am I in the story? Uh, well, less than maybe you might think, because I stopped after I streamed the last Kanto. I took a break from the story. I said I would take a break, and I did, but I decided to because I was playing it alongside my friend Lele, and then they lost their computer and couldn't make any more progress. I said I would wait until they were able to do it again, and it was too long. I don't actually remember exactly which Kanto I was on, but it's one of the last few. Like, I think there's only 2 more after the one that I'm on. I should probably put some kind of warning ahead of time of spoilers on the off chance that someone joins the stream who does not want to be spoiled on Limbus. Hey there, Dusty. Oi. Thanks for the pet, Dusty. You're going real wild on the quest today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello? Kanto, whatever that is. 5, 6, 7, 8. Why'd I convert it into modules? Oh, because I have this weird rule for myself where all the naturally generated stuff I get, I turn into modules, and I only play the story off of the boxes. Because I literally gain more boxes than I use them anyway. At least until I start running low on things. Wait. Comic, did you just do something for me? I just realized I still have inscription open. I'm gonna close that out. Spoiler alert, Kanto 8. Awesome! Nice job! If I could thumbs up, I would. Yeah, you're right. I don't know Roman numerals. I gotta be completely honest with y'all. I am a slow learner. I would even call myself a practical learner in that I don't tend to actually learn things until it becomes a huge, significant problem in my life that I do not know. I don't think I actually knew what the days of the weeks were until I was like in the 6th grade or something. What do you do when I move to Rome? I don't know, use a Roman numeral to English calculator or something. They got those. Wait, my rewards queue is there. That's 8, 5, 7, 8. I know to some degree it's like this is 5, and then because it's after, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. I just didn't remember that right away. Your fingers this time. Yes, I hypothetically maybe could. Let's not talk further. But right, I have to do dailies. I guess I don't have to do them right now. Yeah, let's just do the story. Let's get it. Yeah, I've been doing my dailies every day for a long while. I'm genuinely curious, the last time I streamed, what the difference is between, like, how far I've come. I definitely know that my level's probably much higher. I'm definitely a lot farther in the battle pass now. quite a bit far. And that has to come from me almost religiously turning all of my stuff into modules every day and not playing the story for months. We're doing Kanto 5. So it's been a couple Kantos. Was it Kanto 5? Well, I'm pretty sure I did Kanto 6 on stream at some point. I'm not sure if that was the same streamer I did it. Had Rian Sang. Oh, that is Rian Sang? Who? But I can definitely tell you that my lineup has certainly changed. This is not the lineup that I use. But I have a lot more characters now. Let me see here. If I go all identities, you can see that I have quite a few. I've also started tiering up things to 3rd tier because I just have that many threads to spare. I don't know why it wouldn't order it so that the tier 3 and the gold stuff would be near the top. And I gotta be honest, a lot of adding threads in 5 ego, I saw that when they only added it to 1 ego. That was one of Ryoshi's egos. But really, I think part of the reason why I have been so fixated on this game is because it's the only game with gacha elements that I have ever gotten supremely lucky with. Like, usually I have such shit luck in gachas. Like, the worst that is humanly possible. But I just keep on winning with this game. Over and over. Like, every single banner there's been for a character so far, I have gotten them in like a 10 pull or at least 2 10 pulls. And I'm always super prepared to like, well, my luck's got to run out this time. So I've got a bunch of pulls all saved up. And then I do 1 10 pull and then I get what I want. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll save it for the next bit. The drought cometh? Yeah, I'm waiting for it. There's no way I get this lucky so many times in a row. I'm not even joking, where I was looking at identities that I could possibly get. And I saw the Wild Hunt Heathcliff. And I thought, that one looks cool. I hope I get that one. And then I did a 10 pull on, I'm not even sure it was a banner. And if it wasn't for Heathcliff. And I immediately got him. That exact one. That's probably my favorite. Just the best example of the insane amount of luck I've had playing this game. It was literally right after I made the decision that that's the one that I wanted. But anyway. I've prattled on. I have 16 levels. Yeah! Because even though my Kanto progress, it seems like Kanto progress has been a lot, but that's just because I've been doing a bunch of Kanto progress recently. So let me recap for everyone, because if everyone's here, they're okay with Kanto 8 spoilers. And I could use a recap. So Kanto 6 was pretty heartbreaking. There was Heathcliff's whole thing with Kathy, and then the golden bow, and then, well, I'm not so good at summarizing things. Used to be level 75 of the Pale. Oh, that's significant. With who? Very funny. Don't make me cry, don't. And I remember that being so impactful to me. That is when I took the break, and then we had the Walpurgis night, which is like Halloween or something. I don't know, I have a hard time following it. Time Killing Time was super interesting, because everyone was buying and selling time, and there's like the rich have like several days within a day, and the poor have like nothing. That's so interesting to me. This game is so filled with ideas that I've never seen before. Nothing has beat it for me yet. I could get that, but I still think that's a pretty damn high bar, because if I'm being honest, Murder on the Warp Express was super cool, but the dream one for Don Quixote was so good. I loved it. Did I like it more than Heathcliff one? Maybe not, but the Heathcliff one is so on a godly high level anyway, that the fact that I would have to think about it just shows how good that this is. Don't you love capitalism? Oh, I love it when it's in a world that I don't live in. It's so many tragic things happen. They're so good at setting up tragic situations where nobody is really in the wrong. It's just everyone is trying their best, and it ends in tragedy. Isn't that just the greatest? The fights, I struggled with a few of them, but to be honest, I don't pay a lot of attention to the fights. I only start paying attention to them when there's like cutscene type events. Like, I like the gameplay itself, but when I'm playing the story, I'm not that invested in the gameplay. When I'm not playing the story, that's when I'm invested in the gameplay, because I feel like in the main story, the difficulty of it level is so low on most fights, 90% of fight, that you don't really have to think to win. It's on like the stuff that isn't story based, where it's actually difficult, and that's where interesting story, interesting gameplay feels split for me on Limbus. Not that there haven't been some fights that were not only gameplay wise cool, but that's because you have some of the newer IDs. Yeah, probably. I realized at some point that you cannot get, or at least most of the things from like identities and egos from the previous season you can't get. I'm pretty sure even Mate Bopper, you were the one that told me that directly last time. So I have decided that since I don't have any particular identities that I want, because every time a new one comes out I get it immediately, I'm over. I was just gonna try to get every single one in season 7 before it passes, and I'm probably gonna get long done at this rate because I am clearing it out. Oh, but I mean, you can't do it on season 6, but it does look like you can do it from like the only thing that I see a block on getting other than season 6 is the Walpurgis Nacht event. Yeah, the Limbus pass, I'm not gonna lie, normally I would be a bit embarrassed about getting a battle passes for something, but my god, I think it's really worth it. because the rewards that you get from doing this, like the shards that let you do dispense, that is, I'm pretty sure most of the IDs I have gotten from just those and not actually from doing extract at this point. This is a lot, and I'm getting very close. I still have the ticket that I had when I first started the game that maxes out a level to 60 and tiers them up to 4. Will I ever use it? I am not sure. It's been so difficult to level up my IDs at this point. Like, I had so many XP tickets built up, and when the level count went up and I wanted to level up one of my characters, just like 10 more levels, it used like half my supply. I didn't mean to paralyze it. Yeah, so that's why I'm getting everything from this season I can, and then whenever the next season appears, well, I'm probably going to get everything from that season, but once I've done that, then I will probably focus on getting everything that's in season 6. I'm going for the full collection here, folks. Like, it's very doable. I'm not too worried about egos, as much as I would love some of these. I'm not too worried about egos. Because, to be honest, they haven't really had that big of an impact on me winning games, as far as I can tell. Maybe they'd be more impactful in the harder difficulties I don't have access to. I've just been focusing on IDs, and it's not even like I can use them all anyway. Like, the insane amount of resources it would take to level them all up and tier them all up, it would be ridiculous. I'm just focusing on the ones that I'm actually using for one reason or another. But yeah, end goal, I'm gonna try to get every single ID, and once I've done that, every single E. It's kind of an insane thing to shoot for, I think. However, I'm into this game enough that it really doesn't seem that far-fetched as a Pokemon would say. Anyway, that's it for the opening amble. I'm gonna get into this story, which is Hong Lu's story. I don't remember. I still have a little bit trouble remembering the names. I remember most of them, but the ones that are less English sounding, I have trouble with. Yi Sang? Was this one? Yes. Remember him because I like him. Faust, Don Quixote, Ryoshu I can forget every now and then. Merceau, Hong Lu, I forget often. Heathcliff, sorry, it looks so different in that one. Mikaela, hi there, Mikaela. This is Ishmael. I like it. Definitely not narrative of the king. Oh, not by any stretch. I really like how Merceau is consistently across all the IDs, just like, so I don't understand. You know what I mean? Rodion, Sinclair, Otis, Greg. Yeah. It's really just Ryoshu and Hong Lu that I can forget. Back to it. How am I doing? Doing pretty good. I'm glad to be streaming again after it feels like it's been a while. The story for Hong Lu's chapter, I've been having a little bit of trouble following because it feels like not much is actually happening for Hong Lu. Like, we are so far in here. It feels like, at least on a surface level, Hong Lu is not going through like the level of character development that I'm used to seeing. But then again, we are apparently in like part 1 of 3. So I guess that can still happen. Honglu has been... I'm really curious about Honglu because out of all of the sinners, he is the one who has been the most disconnected. Also, I'm not... For anyone who doesn't know, I'm not
도련님.
it's for this. You know, it does... It's technically already voice acted, even if I don't understand what they're saying. I like to pretend that I do.
좋은 밤이야.
And I may skip the voice acting occasionally. That is because I read fast. But I tend to read lines before the voice acting is done. And if I really want to move the story along, I'll just keep it going, even if lines aren't said. But I will stop if I want to hear voice acting.
보옥도련님께 서신 하나가 도착했습니다. 너무도 확연하게 봉투에 인장이 뜯겨 있다고 생각하지 않나요?
Wait, I've seen this already. Oh, I think went through part of this and then I had to stop.
전달하는 것까지가 온전한 형태로 지켜야. 공로 씨,
괜찮아요. 틀린 말은 아닌 거예요.
수빈, 일로 와봐. 그러니까요, 도련님. 지난번에 숫자를 어디까지 외우셨죠?
This is something they hinted to before about Honglu being like sheltered from real world consequences. And also the thing with the housemaid and how she's like dead inside and emotionally cold, and yet in the past, which I'm pretty sure was not that long ago, she seems much more warm and caring. Curious what that's.
그때 나랑 수빈이랑 열이라는 그렇구나. 자, 수빈, 열번 제가 가령 도련님이 돌아온다고.
Yeah, there's a change here.
어떤가요?
And Honglu is not even an adult yet. There's still a child. So something happened then.
백밤 가지고서는 천밤은 지나야 할 거려.
But it seems she's still caring about him to some degree, even if she sounds cold.
극고를 당했는데. 그렇구나. 수빈은 가령 도련님은 수년이 지났지만 여전히 몸이 썩어 들어가고 있대요. 지금은 저번에 내가 시킨 대로 도련님이 주신 환약은 아무짝에도 쓸모가 없었대요. 뇌까지 같이 썩은 거라 몸이 전혀 제 기능을 그러니까 수빈은
관리자. 소드 과장이로군.
여러분, 1차 사실은 그 전부터 미리 쓴 편지랑
뭐야?
축하 행사는 접어도 다른 후보들은 당신들은 어디에도
지켜보고 있는 거 아니야?
Hey, thank you for the resub, Dolphy. I appreciate it. This part has got to be so unwatchable because especially because I'm skipping a little bit because I just remembered I did this. Oh. Wait.
Water and water and
yeah,
water,
I knew that was coming.
Water and water and water, water and water and water,
all right.
water and water and water.
I'm doing a stretch too. All right. Hey, you all might be surprised to learn this, but I've actually been working out recently. Well, I always went on walks for like long periods of time, but I dug up an old rowing machine that my mom used to use, and I've been trying to use it every day. It knocks me out. I used it earlier, and I actually cannot like get up on my own. Ugh. Okay, I had to stretch as much as I can. Moldy croissants. Don't worry, I've definitely burned those off by now, or at the very least, the fungus that's grown in my stomach has learned how to fend off intruders. But yeah, I'm proud of myself for trying to be a bit healthier, and because I know y'all don't really know much about how I really look like, and that's on purpose. But I don't think I'm bad looking by any extreme. I'd actually say on a bad day I'd be a 6. You know, not that people can be put on 1 to 10 scales, but you know, on a bad day I'm a 6. And on a good day I can get up there. But I did always feel a little bit self-conscious about how I kind of had a bit of a gut. And that is added to the fact that most people who've seen me in real life don't even know that I have a gut, because I tend to hide it a bit by wearing pretty baggy clothes, among other things. But I think it, in the time since I've started doing this, I think it's noticeably started to vanish. I also have been being a little bit less indulgent. Like I deleted DoorDash off my phone, and I had done that several times before, but this is the longest I've gone after deleting it that I have not reinstalled it to get something. Like it's been a few weeks. Before I would go maybe a few days and then reinstall. And you know, that wasn't helping my money situation either. Hot alert. What? I hope you were talking about me. Anyway. That guy. Oh. Heathcliff. Okay, you know what? Fair.
그래도 안심하세요. 2차전은 여러분의 한해 작전이랄 게 필요 없는.
You know what's funny too? I remember I'm pretty sure the last time I played this in front of you, like we were in a call together, and I asked you for your opinion on which character I should pick. You picked one of the IDs for this character too.
난전이자 항상 하던 대로. 당신들이
아니.
더 자세하게 말하고 여러분은 지금까지 다시 한번
2등을 하여 황금가지를 얻는다라는 맥락인 것 같다.
그럼 물론 편지를 허락 없이 읽은 자들에게는
무시무시.
뭐
자세한 규칙은 듣는 귀와.
Yeah, I wonder why I stopped in the middle of this.
혹시나 싶었. 이렇게 더 근데
하지만 저희
아까 가모랑 원 그리고 그렇게까지 오빠는 봐봐 누구보다 정말 시춘
Did I just skip this whole
아무튼
part?
호섭이나 협고 달빛도 초대받 이 상황에서 맞아 그러니
직접 여기
내일은 이제 와서
사실 아가 저의 위치 그만큼 아가 최선을 부디 마주
동감이요. 저들과는
뭐
Oh wow, I think I was actually really close to being to the end of that when I stopped. Ow. Here we go, here's the fight. This is where I use the box. My progress on the story has been slow enough that the boxes have been more than enough to fuel my story play. And for Faust, I switched to one of the support ones I get, so I can slightly increase my bonus. It's a little bit below the
잘못 잡지 않도록
average, but I'll be
최선을
fine.
다할게요.
다리에 둥글면 이지러지게
Okay,
마련 물이 차면 더 모든 보는 것
때가 되었네요.
오감을 곤두세워라. 어이, 이 건물에 침입자가 올 수 있는 경로는
일단 상대 쪽에서 암습을 하겠다고 마음을 먹으면
Anywhere.
한 번은 침대 밑에서부터 나오신
그건 진짜
위 선장에 무언가 내려앉는 인기척.
천장에 내려앉은 거면 이미 이 방 밖에도 몇 명 더 포진되어.
이야, 감이 좋은데.
Me too. The hell?
설마 저 자식 이
This
와중에
like one of
술
those
처먹고
drunk
있는 거야?
master things.
밤중에 일하러 나온 것도 서러운데 술까지 못 마시면 무슨 목표는 가복 도련님 하나다. 빨리.
All right, time to kill that guy. Is there why? What is the point of multiple assassins? Like, isn't the whole point of an assassination that you're very subtle and like send one assassin? What I feel like you're defeating the purpose a little bit if you have enough assassins to flood a room. Oh dear. Oh shit. Some of the IDs I brought are not leveled up. With the stupid high show. I will admit, I feel like the high shows are a bit less interesting to me compared to some of the other IDs.
다를 바가 무엇인지 떠오르는 해가.
I think I was using this setup for a different thing. I need to get the highest level guys I can get in here because I've been struggling with a few of these. Probably because they're not leveled up. There we go. And we need
군주가 나선다.
Yeah.
이제야 브이로움을
대상 확인했어. 시작하지.
제가 파질 상대가 있나 보군.
And actually, let's.
어디서?
I have as many high
제가
shows
파질
possible.
상대가 있나 보군.
And then that one.
시험의 일.
오케이. 이럴 것 같아서 대기 타고 있어.
명을
Go
받듭니다.
all in on having as much high shows possible. and
제가
that
파질.
one.
시험의
내
부름이라면
There we go.
기쁘게 나서죠.
There, that should be go
뒷받칠
much
시간.
better. My Limbus cache just blew up.
다리에 둥글면 이지러지게
I should
마련
reinstall. Oh shit. Skip this part. Holy shit, wow, they I never realized how similar they all look. Other than
뱀 근처엔
개의치 않고 말씀을.
now
더
we're-
처리할 먹잇감.
주군께서
Oh yeah,
찾아오시는
because
거.
they're all from one branch and he's from a
아니.
different one.
말씀하십시오.
How many high show IDs are there? Okay, let's look. Not much better, but you know, I consider a neutral almost a win.
흑수묘.
시비수에게
뒷박질 춤.
이야
불쌍하게 울부짖는 거.
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라. 토끼를 보내라. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
Also, unintentional, but it does seem like there's some benefits to using this on Lou with the Hydra.
길을 열어.
This combo move, as an example, I don't know what causes the combo move. My God, I love it when they happen. Oh yeah, this is literally just this is one of the ones where I don't have much choice over which goes away. That doesn't-
가치 없고 죽어.
They're exactly 9? Holy shit. That's more than I thought. That's almost enough for an entire synergy. You can have an entire set, or at least most of the set. How many alternate realities have these guys become part of this specific group? Also, the game is really loud. Oh, whoop. I think I have the game up loud just for myself. I'll just turn it down. Let me know if that's better.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
Idea of the Hydra is that you're supposed to have a full team of Hydra supporting that specific Hangu item. Oh. Well, I guess you could pretty easily do that, then. I thought I had most, if not all, of the high shows. There's 9, and there's definitely some that I don't have. I know, at the very least, I don't have the Faust one. Part of me kind of wants to use up all these tickets I built up and go in like the standard extraction, but the other part of me is like, what if I need it for the next band? Like, I think I'm just gonna keep going to the banners, and whatever IDs I get in the process of that, whatever.
아직 죽지 마라.
I love this game's story, but I swear when you do the fighting enough, at the very least when you're doing a lot of easy fights, which I do, a lot of these are easy, I guess it's because I got a lot of overpowered IDs. When you're doing a lot of easy fights, it gets pretty hard for it to stay interesting. When you see this stuff 100 times, and there's no way to speed it up beyond as fast as it goes. Sometimes it feels like when I'm playing this on my phone, I'll like set a group of actions, and then I'll stand up and then go to the kitchen and make myself a sandwich made of 2 pieces of bread, and then I'll make myself some chicken nuggets, chocolate milk. And then I'll drink it, and I'll eat half the sandwich, and then I'll come back, and the battle sequence is still going. I hate the high shows so much. Their slop ID both in visual and skill design. Wow, I didn't think you hated it that much. Yeah, I don't think they're that visually interesting, but I don't think I know too much about like the skill design layout of this game to be able to say that I don't like that.
이 홍로가 무엇을 바꾸었는지를.
엄중한 심사 부탁드립니다.
Chocolate milk, King's milk. Well, not chicken nugget. I do eat chicken nuggets semi-regularly. However, I meant to say chocolate milk. Part of my thing with me trying to be a bit healthier than I was before is indulging less, which means no DoorDash in general, but it also means like sticking to meals and not eating too much outside of that, and not overeating, which I used to do a lot. Mostly because I'd overestimate how much food I actually needed, and I would really, even though I wasn't hungry anymore, I'd still eat the whole thing. I feel like that combined with the fact that I've been working out, I'm not really eating healthier, I'm just in general eating a bit less, just enough to satisfy me, and that's it. That combined with the more working out than usual. I wouldn't say chicken nuggets are unhealthy, assuming you cook them yourself. Yeah, I don't think they're unhealthy either. I just, you know, my oven broke. Oh, ads. Whoopsie.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을지.
거창을 새겨주지.
가치 없고 죽어.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Ah! Thank you for the resub, Dominic. I really appreciate it. 7 months and 12 months. It's so... Every time that one of you guys resubs, I always think like how wild it is that I've been doing streaming for as long as I have. Like, because I still, to this day, even though it's been, I guess, 2 years at this point, I still don't think of myself as somebody who streamed for that. No. Refuse ads. You certainly have. Unfortunately, I don't think it kicks in immediately during the ad. So you might still have to finish that one. Also, I like a lot of things about my new setup. I don't like how I can't tell if an ad is still running. Can I put this on 100% volume after muting? Oh, that's pretty low now. Been following about 2 days. Wait, what? Has it been? Have I been streaming for over 2 years? I thought 2 years is rounding it up. How long have I? What? Like, I don't think I met Dominic right away when I started streaming. You know what? I'm amazed it's been that much. Wow.
보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐하면 예술을.
What my PC time? Play that long? Yeah. I'm just a nebulous concept. I can't believe a lot. You know how long we've been friends. Well, thing is, not to put a supreme harsh on that parade, but I remember liking you when we first met, but I'm not sure we were like that. I'm not sure we were that close immediately. I guess it depends on when you consider a friendship starting. Is it like when you first meet them, or is there just a certain point where you're like, "Yep, we're friends"?
세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
이번에 읽어줄 동화책은 이것으로.
Yeah, I gotta make a confession here live on stream. Dominic, I'm pretty sure I remember when I first knew you. Yeah, I won't think too deeply into when we become friends, but I will think when I first knew you, I remember that don't take this the wrong way, but I remember thinking that you were a little bit off-putting. Like, I didn't know exactly how to talk.
뭐야? 아직도 안 끝났어?
Obviously, it's changed since then. You love that? Really?
이전 사이와라는 놈도 그렇고.
에휴, 골 아프게 사신의 사고 뭉치하고
조심하세요, 오티스.
혼자서 여유를 부릴 소속과 이름
이 바닥에서 그런 걸 의포될 사람이 있겠어?
Well,
이름도 소속도 없지.
it pushes a lot of people away. Well, I guess that didn't happen with us.
그렇게 오래 살아오니
I couldn't say exactly when or how that changed, but I guess if I had to guess, I'd say that at some point your sheer charisma beat out the off-puttingness until the off-puttingness became charming.
한 손에는 술병을 들고 나타나 야음 속으로 사라지리. 세상에서 쥐수 야객이라 부르.
흑수묘, 뜀박질 준비.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty normal for most people to be a bit unsure of another person when they first see it. There's a lot of stuff, like, you don't know what their boundaries are, or way to be blunt and condescending. Really? I don't remember ever getting that from you. But I guess the only people I ever tend to think of as condescending are really people I don't like. So if somebody I like is condescending towards me, I don't think I would notice. I don't recall ever thinking of you as condescending. Maybe blunt, but I've never thought of you as blunt in a bad way. Because sometimes being blunt is necessary. And a lot of people, in a world full of people who play a lot of games, what is it called when you are joking about something but with seriousness? Joking about some passive aggressiveness? I don't know what you're shooting for, to be honest. Monotone, straight face, lying. I really don't know. For this series. I mean, usually in comedy is the character who's the character who says like bold-faced lies. I feel like that's on the same tree of etymology as lying. Joking about something with seriousness? Or joking about something in a serious tone? Like, sarcasm? Or... Deadpan. You know, that sounds right, actually. Wait, sarcastic was it? Really? Sarcastic? I thought it would have been deadpan, actually. Extremely sarcastic. Cool deadpan. Yeah, I would say, honestly, if you describe your humor that way, I do recall, thinking about it, I do recall you very recently making a lot of jokes in that vein of sarcasm. But it's strange to think, too, because usually I'm not good with people who tend to have a sarcastic sense of humor, because I feel like, I guess if you do it in the right way, because I have a tendency to take things as more seriously than it's meant to be. And sometimes facetiousness just goes over my head. I remember there was like between Dossie and Ruby, which, you know, probably would not make any a lot of people here don't really know Ruby, but just pretend that you do. Dossie and Ruby have this friendship where they kind of shit talk each other constantly. And yeah, my first big encounter with that kind of relationship was me thinking I couldn't tell that it was fake. I thought they were having an actual argument, and I was like, oh no. And I tried to like stop it. Did you just kill Hung Lu? Yeah, Hong Lu's dead. All right, mission accomplished. Oh, we've also got the nuke ready. Awesome. Right, sarcastic indent. Okay, I can see that. I'm wondering too. There are certain people that I tend to get along with faster than others, but there are cases sometimes where on the outset, somebody can have a lot of traits that I normally don't gel with, and I end up getting along with them anyway. I think it's purely because if I get past the initial stages of spending time with them, and I get used to the flow of it, then it stops being such a problem for me. It's usually just an issue at the beginning.
주인도 지키지 못한 주지. 이상하리 마치 당당하고.
Aha. He doesn't know synergy.
뭐 보옥 도련님의 목숨을 취했으니 내 밑에서도 좀 배우셨어.
And after a brief break, I brought them all back to life.
아까 그 가치오라는 놈이 보낸 거 아니야?
Okay, so that's why they took a cutscene just to kill him, so they could have, so they could be like, I already killed him, so I'm out of here. Didn't really have a word for Death Man. Yeah, same.
아까 홍물. 야, 괜찮냐?
아니요. 조금 생소해서 원래는 여기서 습격이 있을 때마다 그런데 여러분들이랑 있으니까
그게 뭐 우리가 있으니까.
That's sweet. What about Lord Hanlu has 10 IDs that synergize with him. The only synerger that doesn't have such an ID is Merceau. Yoshio even has 2. Wait, what do you mean by has 10 IDs that synergize with him? Like, the Honglu that I'm using, there are 10 other IDs that work well with that ID. And Merceau doesn't have any IDs that sync with any other IDs? Really? His special effects. Oh, so Merceau is the only one that doesn't have a synergy for that specific ID. I will say, of all the IDs I have, it's not like I have every ID, but of the strongest IDs I have of Merceau, they tend not to really match up to the strongest IDs I've got of other ones. Merceau was not caught in the wave of Haisho Slop. How strangely specific.
안 마시겠다고 해요, 홍루 씨.
저는 괜찮아요.
네, 그래. 그러다가 혹시나 차 안에 무슨 독이라도.
단테님이 계셔서 아무 생각 없이 마신 것은 아니랍니다. 그랬다면 그저 스빈이 이렇게 무뚝뚝하게 되었어도 스빈은 스빈인 채니까 문제 없을 거라고 생각했어요.
It's nice that he still trusts her. Oh, okay. I need things spelled out for me. So she was killed a lot. That's why she acts so differently, because she died so many times and was brought back to life, and the emotionlessness is kind of like a side effect of that. Like the specific one whose passive gives coin power? Merceau? Wow.
맞아요. 제 가장 가까운 시종이라. 네. 생명보지만 점점 풍화되어 간다고 해요. 한때 그러한 모양이 하지만 전 그 느낌만.
사활을 건 전쟁을 앞두고 있을
How
때
fucked up.
가장 먼저 해야 할 주적의 정보에 대해 알아내는 우리에게 제일 위협이 될 만한 가치요. 그자에 대해
잘린 사람의 목을 들고 아무렇지 않게 경고한다고. 저희와 시춘 씨 쪽을 가주대전에 아예 참가하지도 못하게 술수를 쓰려 했다구나.
자로라는 강한 흑수, 자공이라는
Where he uses a gun, the captain
알고
like
있어.
walking. Forget Merceau is an ego. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see which one that is now. I'll try to take a look after this.
더군다나 어제 보낸 자격도. 네, 여러모로 서로.
아시다시피 이곳 대간호는 오래전부터 존재해왔던 가시, 사시, 설씨. 제가 태어나기 전부터 이곳에는 수많은 권모술수와 비명. 그 덕에 저는 조금 더 부유하고 편안하게 모두가. 그리고 치우 형님은 그 바닥 아래에 있었어요.
바닥? 뭐?
비유가 아니라면 바닥 아래에 있었다는 것은 누가?
네, 많은 손들이 벼랑 끝으로 밀어냈으니까요. 치우 형님은 멸문한 공시간원의 마지막 남은.
Brother Q is the one with the red scarves that my Hanglu identity is taken from, I think. Base power minus 1.5 to the leftmost skill in the use dashboard. Okay.
분명 성이 가시.
어머니 쪽이 공가에. 아마도 그 사람을 밀어낸 손 중에는
저는 홍련.
할머니와 어르신들의 어여쁨이 있어. 까마득히 높은 건물이 있어. 숨어들어도 벗어날
And the
수는
deer?
없으니 받아들일 수.
엄지와 붙어 먹은 것. 엄지? 네 회.
That walking brick shit house.
류슈? 원래라면 강할까? 류슈가 누구 보고 순순히 강하다고 한 거 들어본 사람?
Oh wow, that was a strong environment change. Are you in the back streets now? Sending for dinner, catch you later. See ya, Dominic.
이차 심사 장소
Wait.
입구에 당도하였습니다.
shit. I was gonna check. Oh well. Okay, bye bye. I'm about to.
참가자분들은 각자 승강기를 탄 후 위로 올라와 주시면.
그럼 저 너무 눈에 띄는 것 같은데. 오라버니.
Oh.
대요.
그간 안녕하셨나요?
Oh.
대요. 네가 가주대전에 참여하게 될 줄은 몰랐네.
잊으셨나요, 오라버니? 예나 지금은 설씨 세가에.
그렇구나. 보천 누나 내에서.
네. 그러니
대요. 대요. 나는 곧 대관원을 떠날 거야. 어르신들께서 세상에 나가.
떠난다고요? 결국 제게는 그날의 어떤 답도 해주시지 않은 채로 왜 계속 그렇게 웃고만 계시는 건가요? 부디 다시 돌아오지 않고.
한때는 정답게 지내는 인연이 지금은 하늘에도 이 마음엔 꽃이 필 때는 그것이 차라리.
너는 언제나 듣기에 어렵고.
제 장례는 일찌감치 치렀고 뒤는 부디 이 형체도 남지 않게 되는 한 줄기 연기가 되어 바람에 흩날리게 되길 바랄게요.
아, 여러분들께는 소개를 미처 못해드렸네요. 어렸을 때 잠시나마 인연을 맺었던 아이랍니다. 지금은 보다시피
누군가의 호의로 이곳에
인연이란 건 이토록 제멋대로 달라지는 것이.
가보! 너는 결코 이곳에서 살아나갈 수 없다.
Alright, kill you.
우리는 사활을 걸고
폭루군, 우리가 앞으로 만나게 될 자들은 전부
저들에게는 저희가. 그렇다면 저희에게도 저들은 악인 것일까요?
분명한 건 앞으로만 적과 아군을 구분하는 건.
Ah, so this is the battlefield, the one with the lone chair under a dirty umbrella.
이 넓은 공간을 건물 바깥처럼 꾸미려면 도대체
Here's this huge face.
돈을 얼마나
Oh,
쏟아부어.
it's not outside.
가주 심사 2차전.
Okay, yeah, now that I'm looking again, I do see all of the panels on the ceiling and the wall. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure I came up with something just like this for an essay I wrote in middle school. Except it was to show off my Egyptian knowledge, something Egyptian. I wrote a story about a detective who's investigating a murder that took place in a like dome of sorts that was meant to simulate like ancient Egypt, and a bunch of rich people were all like playing the roles of like old notable Egyptian characters, and the detective would look into the murder using knowledge, like actual knowledge of ancient Egyptian stuff. I don't remember any of it now, or even where exactly the idea came from, because that's a pretty good idea for a child to come up with that.
시작.
아, 이곳이 어디인지.
와본 적.
여기는 옛날에 공씨 가문이 운영하던 구 H. 아직 그때의 상처가 채 아물지 않은 곳일 텐데.
What the fuck happened to you? Oh, now we're on part 2. Wait, we just started part 2. Okay. This is a dungeon. We're doing a dungeon halfway through. That's interesting. Do I have any more high show? I wish the filter thing was better. Do I have any more high show IDs that I'm just not using? Because I kind of want to be on theme if I do. Persona clan, association, speaker. No, I don't think so. Association, so many companies, so many associations, and I don't know like most of them. Yep, I don't have any more. Enter the dungeon anyway. Yep.
야음을 틈타.
Ba-ba-da-ba. Thanks, Popper.
뜰 앞에서 서러워하는 꽃갈기 홀로 빈 가지 뿌려진 어젯밤 뜰 밖에서 그것은 꽃넉과 가는 봄이 안타까워도 할 수 있는 그 수많은 울음소리를.
이제 알겠느냐? 너는 할 수 있는 게 무엇도 없단다. 그러니
violate the laws of Holland is no tragedy. As such, it warrants no pity, only humiliation and scorn. The site of history stands as a monument to the inevitability of harm.
그렇다면 여기가
That goes hard. It's pretty cool.
멸문했다던 공씨가
네, 맞아요. 지금은 사용.
그렇다면 도대체 어떤 죄를 지었길래 이렇게까지?
이만한 건물이 뿌리채 폐허가 되었다는 건 조직이나
맞아요. 아무리 머리가
머리
금기를 어겼군요.
그 다음엔 청소부분들이 이어서 뒤처리를 했죠.
2차 심사까지 올라오신 후보자 여러분, 공정성에 대한 여러 문의를 적극적으로 수용하여 2차 심사부터는 제가 새롭게 사회자를 맡게.
I don't even remember who Jia Zhang is.
설마
Oh, okay.
의자까지 설치된
That
것으로
feels.
관객이라 보는 것이 맞겠군요.
I don't trust this building. I don't think I'd feel safe being in one of those.
1차 심사에서 소란이 있긴 했지만 저희가 언제 또 가주 심사를 구경해 보겠습니다. 보기 드문 행사인 만큼 자, 본격적인 시작에 앞서 후보자들이 최선을 다해.
야, 개판이네.
What?
우리가 밑에서 쎄 빠지게 고생하는 걸.
아마 내기판도 열렸을 거예요. 저희에게 거신 분은
전부 후회. 이곳 실내인 것은 맞죠?
Water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water.
Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Yes. I really appreciate it. Hydrate. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. I've been in kind of a weird state recently. It's not, I feel like I'm on the verge, in this weird state of like on the verge of a depressive state where I don't actually feel like the dead inside I usually feel when I go full depression. But I also feel like I'm not totally present. But I think that I will be fine. I feel, I get the feeling. Earlier, I said it felt like it had been a while since the last time I streamed. I'll blame the moon. I'll do too, because I mean, what the fuck's the moon gonna say? But I was saying earlier that it felt like it'd been forever since the last stream, but I feel like it's time has been moving very, very slow for me in general recently, and I don't know why. Anyway. I think as bad as I could be, I'm doing pretty good.
홍원에 사는 부유한 자들 한정으로 방을 취향에 맞게 인공적으로 꾸미기도 합니다. 이미 대관원에도 그 주인 된 자의 취향대로 방을 꾸민 건물들이 여러 존재하죠.
Installing artificial environments in their room?
네. 어르신들을 만나러 가는 바깥보다도
More
오히려
outside
더
than
바깥.
그런데 저건
아,
파라솔인 건 나도
발톱을 이끌고 온 어떤 높으신 분이 저기에 앉아. 그러니 4대 가문이 저 길이길이 기억하라는 의미겠죠. 허락되지 않은 것을 함부로 넘보지 말라는 것.
That's not as bad as it could be. Yeah, that's always a good point. Because I know it can be really, really bad. You know, if I step back for a moment and think, I think even if I fell down that toilet rim into a depressive state, I doubt that it would be as bad as some of the depressive states I've had in a long time. I feel like no matter what, my floor worst I can be is a lot higher than it used to be, and I think that's a good thing to think. Fell down the toilet rim? I was speaking about depression. I think my floor worst mental state I can be in is a lot higher than it used to be. Never heard that phrase ever? Well, sometimes I just invent things. I say things. I don't really think about them. I just say what sounds right. So you can just think of me as having invented that. Either that or I did hear it somewhere and I just don't remember.
분수에 맞게 살다 분수에
Just
맞게
make it up?
떠나는 거.
Probably.
이라고 이제 들어갈까요? 네.
Starting to have less and less ideas to what a smile really means. Same here, Dante. I feel like it's probably, my first thought would be it's probably trauma, but in this series it's never that simple of an answer. So there could be a supernatural element to it of some kind. That's probably way more fucked up than just trauma, as fucked up as trauma can be. Like, I feel like the simple answer that I could think of is, oh, he watched this entire place get atomized and it fucked him up inside. And that's why he smiles all the time or something, but thank you, Bobster. I appreciate that. That just feels like too simple an answer, though. What in the hell is this? Coins? Oh, it's... Okay. So this makes it so I have no real reason not to use Hangul. Or at the very least, I don't get... Or did the game just lag? Not doing it anymore. That's the first time I've ever seen the game lag. Holy shit, I love this.
따라서 2차 심사의 최종 순위대로 가주 심사가 마무리될 예정입니다.
Result, final
지금
result.
심사에서 1위를 찾 영예롭고 존경받는 말씀드린
Oh, so there's no third round?
각자
Okay,
배정된
stakes are up.
시장 위치에 무사히 도착했다는 연락이 들어. 그럼 2차 심사.
그런데
지나가는 놈 보이면 선빵.
이런.
Just keep yelling.
제 말이 끝나기도 전에 벌써 전력질. 하지만 이런 상황에선 후보자 여러분들 각자 들어오신 입구
Bundle
근처를
of coins
보시면
and
동전이
이것인가 보. 이 돈일지도 몰라. 여기서만 쓸. 아니.
그 동전을 소중히 지켜. 그것이 각 후보자의 목숨값이기 때문에.
얼른 받아주시게. 홍로군의
어디 봐.
지금쯤이면 이게 왜 목숨값? 자, 2차 가주 심사의 규칙은 모든 후보자는 동전을 매듭줄에 엮은 다음 안 보이는 곳에 넣어 다니거나 삼켜버리거나 일부만 뜯어내서 가지고 다닌다거나 다른 사람의
실격이라는 거.
야! 빨리 가져가서 안 먹고 뭐해?
히스클리프 씨가 뺏어가.
모든 후보자는 각각 3개의 동전을 지급받죠. 그 동전을 모두 잃어버리거나
You have been even 3
빼앗긴
coins at the
후보자는
start of the
즉시
game.
탈락.
Lose all of your coins if you immediate.
이스마일군은 절망 매듭이었던가? 안 그래도
그렇게.
이번 2차 가주 심사의 제한 시간은 총 2시간. 순위는
이걸 이렇게 걸면
함부로
어지간해선 안 떨어질 거니까 걱정 마요.
Coins have stolen from Hangul's waste started by rope.
그럼 2차 가
Okay. Well, I mean, that does make it so that even if we can revive endlessly, we don't have a specific advantage. But they don't know that. I thought it was going to be a fight to the death, if I'm going to be honest. This feels a lot nicer than I would have thought, based on what we've seen so far. Can I lose these? Why does this feel like I can lose these coins? Hangul deals 0.5% damage for every coin. 1.5%. Are we gonna keep getting coins and it's keep going up? Interesting.
이제부터 마주칠 후보자들에게 동전을 뺏기지 않는 것도 중요하. 그 말을 역으로 하자면 우리가 동전을 뺏어야만 한다는 걸로도 받아들여.
그래. 다른 규칙이 고지되지 않는 한 최대한 많은 후보자.
동전을
1차 가주 심사의 주제는 불로불사의 단서를 하지만 이번 2차 심사는 숨겨진 규칙이나 사회자가 고지하지 않은 규칙이 있다고 해도 모두가 따라서 평소와 중간은 갈 수 있을 것으로 예측합니다.
어머, 왜 그렇게 말해, 파오? 우리는 목표를 달성하려면 적어도 2등에 들어야 하는데.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're not supposed to win. We're just supposed to get like second place.
그래도 아직은
아직도 적의 활동.
다행이라고 할 수 있을런지 모르겠지만
여기저기 많이도.
카메라를 향해 위협적인 포즈를 보이는 분들도 심심찮게 보입니다만.
저거 방금 만든 규칙 같은데?
이 복도를 따라가면.
홍루 씨.
네. 하지만 다른 후보자분들은 그리고 이곳에 걸음을 했던. 그래도 길을 잃을 염려는 없으니 다행이네요.
방금 너무
그런데 나 아무리 봐도 우리가 갔던 대관원 가마를 타고 한참을 이야기하며 가야지. 사슴인지 뭔지도 뛰놀았다 그러고. 그런 공간들을 냅두고 왜 이런 섬뜩한 곳에서 가주 대전을 벌이는 건데?
It's because it's some kind of message, right? There's got to be some intent, some kind of underlying threat as to why they're hosting it here.
그것도 모르나. 예술품은 걸맞은 곳에 전시되긴 마련이다. 왜 굳이 번거롭게 이런 장...
어떤 걸?
대관원에 대한 자부심과 영광을 그래야지 장차 가주가 될 자에게는 물론.
우리를 습격하려는 불청객.
1차 대전에서 신기한 기술로 치료를 하던데.
아니요.
왕좌우 마주칠 일이 적었을 테니.
We're not here to make friends. What a cliche like wrestling or like any sort of elimination game. What is that from originally? People always say that for like TV, like trash TV, and somebody goes like, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win."
나는 가주가 되고 싶은 샹치의 포 같은 존재가 되고 싶은 거. 가령 이런 식으로.
야, 나이스.
이거 진짜. 야, 빨리 해봐.
금과 같은 연질금속이 아닌 이상 그런 감별법은 무의미합니다.
That method is ineffective when it's not made from soft metal.
글쎄, 사회자가 곧.
방금 동전을 그렇습니다. 후보자들은 서로 동전을 약탈하지 않고 교환하는 것이 가능.
퍼페라는 상징을 채택한 이후로는 합당하군.
정확한 통찰이십니다, 관리자님. 후보자의 행동에 따라
관객들에게 행동에 대해
역시 반드시 빼앗을 이유는 그럴 필요 없어. 정보를
주니까 받긴 하는데
목표가 1등이라면 동전 하나에도 일이 일비하겠지만 피식자는 말이야 주위를 잘 관찰해야 해. 그렇게 하다 보면 제일 동전을
오, 그게 우리라는 거야? 지금까지 줄곧 눈치.
입에 발린 말이다. 저런 고리타분한 유형은 어딜 가나 있는 법이니.
그래도 시작하자마자 4개나 모았어.
이러다가
그래서 어때? 나는 너희의 행동 적당히 서로 얻을 것만
어떻게 하죠? 무작정 동맹을 맺자는 것도 아니고.
어떻게 하시겠습니까, 관리자님? 계략을 꾸미는 것처럼.
Of course he has ulterior motives. What do you mean it doesn't seem like he has ulterior motives? We should just assume that at this point. We use our superior numbers to demand more coins from it.
이미 동전 1개의 이익을 확보하였으니 동행이 부담스럽다면
어느 쪽이어도 괜찮아 보이는.
I like them all.
맡겨만 주십시오.
잘 부탁드려요.
그래, 여전히.
저 가복이 그래, 보기가 왔구나.
오랜만이구나, 보가.
네, 역시 언제 봐도 어여쁜 대관원에 변치 않는 옥이라는 말이 딱이에요.
제가 그 가보옥이야? 뭐야, 난 엄청 대단한 애인 줄 알았는데. 나 엄마한테 제일.
조용히 해. 함부로.
나 그런데 제가 몰라. 소개팅이라도 발라뒀나 보지. 좋겠다. 나 그런데
저 아이는 죽을 때까지
그러게요. 부럽긴 하지만 저 애는 왜 얼굴에 미소 하나?
Just smileless child.
이거 시계가 가끔 본다는 기억 아니야? 왜 우리한테도 보이냐?
Oh, everybody can see that? Huh?
황금가지가 수복되어 가면서 단테가 심상을 들여다볼 수 있는 능력도 지금은 그런 어쩌면 나중에는
이렇게 어린 시절을 여러분께 보여주게 될 줄은 몰랐네요.
Did this sinner sibling appeared already? Oh, so many siblings have appeared. I really can't remember how they're all directly related to each other or if they are actually all siblings. They actually cannot possibly all be siblings because I just remembered that one of them is his fiance. At least I hope they're not siblings. Yeah, normal. Maybe they painted his insides with gold. Sounds in this context. Yeah, you know.
다들 뭘 그렇게 멍하니?
Well, yeah, of course. It'd be a little bit weird if the guy we just met also got to see how he was passed. We got another coin. We haven't even been in a fight yet.
이 경로는 숨어들기 나쁘지 않군 거래.
Boing, 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 boing. Do 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 do. Level 45 IDs in a 55 dungeon. I'll be fine.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
It's worked out so far.
지 목을 떨궈주마.
We're getting up close to when I would normally end stream. I just might. I might just go ahead and do it. I haven't gotten that far, but kind of slow paced. As much as I like this game, I'm not sure how great it is for streaming. The only reason I'm playing it right now is because I know I can get a bit sucked in.
Keep going, maybe.
Keep going, maybe. I absolutely would normally. However, there is something I need to do before the end of the day today, and I think I'll just barely have enough time for that, for me to do that thing and also have some time for myself, and also maybe eat, because I haven't done that yet either. So I can't have a super long stream. Maybe, honestly, it's getting through this game is kind of slow, so maybe it's better suited if I were to do it like the last time I did it, where I did it on a weekend where I had a bunch of free time. Or maybe not. I just remembered I have made a lot of plans. On Sunday? I had the plans on Saturday. I have a lot of plans on Saturdays now, but I don't think I have any plans on Sundays. Yeah, I did not imagine that. The game is lagging, which is insane, because I've not seen a trace of any lag. And now it seems to be lagging on the map screen, like, heavily. Pick up your entry cards here. Interface with the device. Who will interface with the dial? Well, let's just have Honglu do it. There we go. Ah, worn entry card. A new path opened up on the map. Huh? Well, that path? But we can't. Oh, I can go over there. I could skip the checkpoint. I literally can't skip it. Did I just like pick my path? Oh no, I could go back over there. I just can't go to the checkpoint. I guess I can go to that checkpoint whenever I want in exchange for just doing that fight. I'll see how far I can get first. I don't know. It's a bit weird to see an optional checkpoint.
그러고 보니 그
어떤 소문?
가시춘이 가지고 있던 흑수를 잃었다는 뭐 혹시 알아?
안타깝게도 시춘이와 자세한 건 저도
그래, 알다시피 흑수를 잃었다는 건 사지 중에 하나가 날아간 것보다 더 큰 손이니까.
Maybe I missed some lore about the Haisho pack. Is it literally just like every branch of the family has their own Haisho pack, and that's what that is?
만약 소문이 사실이라면 지금쯤 꽤나 고생하고 있겠네.
가시춘 씨 언제나 그랬듯
들어가 보죠.
Wait, I have a new theory. So if Hong Lu seems very opposed to making choices of his own, maybe the reason why he was so traumatized by the thing that happened with the Kong family was in some way related to a choice that he made? Just because he's such an important person that any choice he made would have very significant impact. My show is so relevant that I honestly don't remember anything about the storyline. Oh, fully healed. Ominous, but okay.
야음을 틈타.
여긴 실험실이었던 것 같네.
남아있는 건 없군. 얄팍한 비내음조차도. 숨어있는 쥐새끼는 있지만.
쥐새끼라니!
Oh, who's this guy? I don't know why, but I fuck with his aesthetic just a little bit.
말 조심해라. 너희는 누구지? 다른 후보자예요. 안녕하세요. 가보. 12를 데리고 다닌다더니 왕가놈도 있잖아. 너 벌써부터 동맹을 맺은 거냐? 가복 주제. 아,
뭐라 말해도 저쪽은 안 믿을.
저분은 누구신? 그러니까요. 우하. 우하.
The more lucky and skilled sibling. Yeah, that is my current working theory. No, something happened to make Hong Lu decide that he absolutely had to smile at all times, and he absolutely refused to make any choices. He's just going with the flow of life, which, you know what? Weirdly, I can empathize with a little bit. I am the kind of person who tends to be a little bit scared about what the result of choices might be, as opposed to just letting things pan out. Making no choice is a choice. Yes, that is very true. And I do believe in that. I feel like it's one of those aspects about me that I know to be true, is I feel like it's some way related to like how I tend to go with the flow in a lot of situations. I feel like is also, it is to a degree of like, I don't even consider myself as a factor that could influence things. And I feel like that is in some way connected to how easy it is for me to get immersed in worlds, like fictional world. Like, something needs to be really, really badly written for me not to get sucked into it. It's so easy for me to do that. Like, that's how I know if I'm not getting sucked into a story, that story is garbage. But if a story writing is just kind of bad, I can still get fully sucked into it and enjoy it. I feel like that's somewhat related.
아, 고맙습니다. 와. 그래, 거의 다 왔어. 거기
지금 둘이 뭐해?
진짜. 참가자들이 모두 공평하게 동전을 가지고 있다면 대체 무슨 배짱으로 난데어 대관원에만 처박혀 있다가 한량처럼 돌아다닌다던. 다행히도 심심할 겨를은 없었어요. 세상에는 지붕이 없는 방에서도 주무시는 분이 있다는 걸. 이게 누굴 놀리나? 반드시 탈락.
인기가 많네. 가보.
흑수묘 뜀박질 춤.
Oh wow. Do. Commercial break. Well, it's in 5 minutes. We'll see if I'm still in this fight in 5 minutes. I'm really curious how public the knowledge is that we keep coming back to life, because realistically speaking, one of the sinners can potentially die in like every fight we're in. Like, I've been doing pretty well so far, so rarely in the story have I lost sinners. But even despite that, the story itself still demands that people notice that they're getting revived.
그래, 내가 왔다.
I like how Gregor's Aisho effect is so different from all the other. All the other ones are kind of like the same. It's because it was a different branch, obviously. It sticks out so much.
숨통 끊기.
Do they have shields? That's random. Well, yeah, this is pretty one-sided. What is this? Artifact. Yeah, Hongmu's kinda busting it down. Oh wow, even all the egos I give him are maxed out? Too bad I don't have more egos. I wish they would maybe spread out the attacks just a little bit when everybody's staggered, instead of everyone attacking the same person. We go favored. Okay. Yeah. Most of the time I can trust the win rate auto select because most of my IDs are pretty powerful. So even with like the kind of shitty win rating auto targeting, it's still good enough. Like, sure, someone will die every now and then, but I usually win. The only times that it's been harmful is on the difficult fights, which are very clearly recognizable as when I'm keep pressing win rate and the situation keeps getting worse. That's how I know it's a hard fight. A commercial break in 1 minute. There's been at least 4 minutes that I've been in this fight. I don't know how long the ad is going to be, but I think I might get it done while the ad's running. Or I could just snooze it and end it after this. Hold on. Yeah, sure, I'll snooze it. I don't exactly like ending streams exactly on my ending mark. But, you know, I don't think I could actually end it exactly on the mark if I wanted to. I bought myself a little bit of time that after this is over, I can just end stream. a bit uninteresting at the time, but I still haven't found a flow. And you could just, because of how strong the IDs are. I'm so sorry, Bob, for I just what the hell? What kind of sanity panic type is that? Charge circuitry countercurrent? That's too many letters. I just panicked. There's no way that you panicking requires that complicated a set of words. See anyone starting with the Pequod trio nowadays? I don't know who that is. Ah, yes. I dropped something important. I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing because I don't remember them that it's probably. I just noticed his name. Holy shit! This game gets me with the random details sometimes. I don't really remember them sobbing. Yep, not at all. I remember Pequod was like maybe related to Ishmael's. Kanto. I would assume the Pequod trio is like members of Ishmael's old crew. I really don't remember them that well, other than the one I remember a little bit. The one that had a bunch of tattoos. Starbuck, Ahab, and I don't remember Starbuck at all.
그래, 마침 잘 되었군.
자, 몇몇 후보자들이 이번 대전의 핵심은 후보자 간의 협력이나 포섭도 좋지만 원만한 그래도 안심하세요. 동전을 모두 반항은 하지 않는 걸 추천드립니다.
흑수를 배치한 모양이고.
물론 동전뿐만 아니라 목숨까지 빼야.
그렇단.
자, 사씨 가문의 후보자 한 분이 탈락했습니다. 탈락자는 복도로 나가 무기를 버리고 대기하시면 됩니다. 탈락한 후보자는
기억났어요. 사화정이라는 분이셨네요.
그럼 우리 벌써 동전 7개나 모은 거야?
The index insanity. Well, that ID has been described to me as the Exodia ID, so that makes sense.
나쁘지 않은 수학인데? 얼른 끝내고 이 기분 나쁜
사방에
Like that move that ID can do has managed to win me fights that have really fucked me over. Just as long as I don't accidentally waste it.
공시가문의 실험.
큰말 봤어. 공무씨의 말이나 공시가문.
다시가문이 지금처럼 그때의 공시가는 획기적이면서도 참신한 능력을 지닌 한을 끊임없이 공시가문이 홍원을 넘어 다른 가문들은 그저
다양한
그럼 어떤 좀
그렇지. 이 도시에 있는 관련 자료들은 전부 소실.
새로움을 추구하다 욕심이 과해졌을 수도 있겠구려.
홍원의 명망 높은 가문 사람들은 한동안 이 건물이 있는 쪽으로는 고개도 돌리지 않았어. 불경스럽다고 말이지.
Pretty sure that most of the new IDs are trying to build and use them, including the one that's going to release tomorrow, which I am happily waiting for because I know it synergizes with their Ryoshu ID that I got from the last banner. Very interested in the nurse father.
그때 당시에 난
폭로군은 그때
저도 10살 남짓했던 나이였기에 이 욕심이 감당할 수 없이 무거워져. 하지만 결국 우리도 그래서 무엇이든 과하지.
오늘도 공시가문과 홍원의 무한한 번영을 위해서
That's ominous. Any of the color named people appeared? I think one of the intermissions had like a colored named fixers appear, but we only saw like their shadow. 30k lunacy sitting in hopes I get it. With 30k, you gotta get it.
언제나 그랬듯 이번 반드시 해낼 수 있으니
This
모든
cutscene is
수험
going on longer than I
관계자분은
thought.
최선을 다해 임해주시길 바랍니다.
I was hoping to end my stream before pre-rolls would start again, but it looks like that's gonna happen anyway. Because I don't want to skip through this.
이전 환이 제대로 효과를 보이지 않았던 것은 조합의 순서가 어긋나기 때문이네. 가령 불의 성질을 가진 홍하와 물의 성질을 가진 하소는 원래 상극이라 그냥 섞으면 반발 작용이 일어나.
Clones? Where'd you get that from? Although I do have a feeling that whatever we're gonna learn about this facility is gonna be very automatically ethically in the wrong. Oh, you know what? Good point looking at the background. There's a lot of, like, bodies and anatomy there. An ad for a sink? Okay.
그래. 기본적인 환의 조합 방식이지. 하지만 사실 하물며 시간과 공간에 따라 음양의 이치가
This is some whole fucking Chinese wushu like science.
만들어졌는가에 따라 환의 특성과 질에
I don't even know what a bolus is, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
그래서 저희 가문이 과거에만 조합된 환을 어디에 반약자라면 항상
언제나처럼 환에 있어서는 든든하오. 배합을
부작용을 극복할 만한 해결법이 그대들의 아량이 깊고 넓은 오직 실력과 해안만 그래야지. 옳은 말이 입지가 얄팍해졌던 사시가에서 마땅한 세가도 없이 가주자. 그렇게 생각하진 않았답니다. 아닐세. 공씨 가문의 도량이 깊은 덕분인 것 누구보다 내 잘 아네. 자네들이 마음만 먹었 공가의 입지를 더 돈독히 다지고 싶었다면
오히려 우리는
Oh, these are cons. I thought these were Hong Lu's parents for a second there.
그 공정하지 않았을 더불어 이번에도 우리를
그런 말 마시게. 나야말 홍원의 무궁한 번영을 할머니 이번에도 그래 보가 받은 업을 저도 그래 이건 네가
폭로군 이곳에 꾸준한
네 할머니가
너희가 잠깐 멍 때리는 동안 꽤 흥미로운
I like how he doesn't find it weird that everyone collectively spaces out.
제한 시간이
He just
끝났을
brushes over
때
with. Ah, you're done with that? Great.
이 가주 분명 이렇게 적당한 양의 동전만 모은 후에
불안한 요소는 많지만 전투에 자신 없는 후보자들
그러니까 말이야. 하지만 기껏 관객들을 불러 모아 중계까지 아마 분명 자 그럼 동행 잠깐뿐이지만 하지만 이곳에서 동전을 가장 대전이 끝났을 때
애초부터 중도까지만 좀
갑작스럽긴 한 자잘에 신경 쓸
전원 3시 반 앞을 봐라.
자, 이쯤에서 새로운 규칙입니다.
The walls and floors are gonna keep shifting so somebody can't find a nice hiding spot and wait it out.
후보자들이 너무 신중하게 움직여서 지루하셨을 관객분들을 위해 지금부터
Oh, battle royale! They're forcing people to get closer together. Fortnite.
혹시라도 줄어든 공간에 들어가지 못하고 바깥에서 벽에 지금 후보자분들이 혼비백산하고 계시는군요. 아이고, 간발의 차로 넘어져서 벽을 넘지 못한 후보자도 있군요.
Nice. 3 coins, which means now we've got more damage boost for Hong Lu. But we're gonna leave it there. Boink. For now, at least. I don't know if the next time I stream it'll be continuing on from there, because I play this game frequently in my own time, and getting through it would take forever if I waited until I actually had enough, until, like, stream time. thank you all for joining me. I'll raid out to somebody. Boop 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 boop. Oh hey, Marshy is having their streamiversary, and also they're hosting a donathon to not get evicted from their home. So, put some support. I'll put some support that way. Appreciate y'all dropping by my stream. I don't know what it is. I've been doing hand gestures a lot more this stream. You guys cannot see them. But thank you for joining me today on my first stream after what feels like forever. I will be trying to do Tuesdays and Thursdays streams. However, I'm probably not going to be consistent about what games I'm playing because I know if I do that, it's just going to get messed up because in like a week or 2 weeks from now, somewhere between those, I am going to be gone for a week. So, yeah. See y'all. Bye bye.